back to the channel. Today I have an unboxing from Aquarium Co-op. I bought a couple things from them a couple of times, and in this box is a lot of stuff I've been waiting on getting and wanting to try. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it open and show you guys what I got from Aquarium Co-op. Alright guys, one of the first things you get at Aquarium Co-op is they send you these stickers. That's really cool. I'll have to find a place to put it. I have a couple that I have from previous orders. I have Murphy and an angelfish. So in this stuff is all extreme foods. And part of it is I have the extreme beta pellets. It's 1.5 millimeter semi-floating pellet, and what really makes me happy and want to try these extreme foods out is most of the times krill is the first ingredient. Then I got more extreme aquatic foods, the nano version, which these are really tiny pellets. These are about 1/2 millimeter in size. They are a sinking pellet, and they're small enough that you can feed baby fry when they grow up a little bit, or you can feed your smaller fish like your smaller tetras and barbs and guppies. Again, the first ingredient in these are krill. I'll go in more depth into these things later on in the video. And then I got some sinking wafers by Extreme also. I got the biggest containers we can get, because I do have a lot of fish tanks in this room and I need a lot of food. And these ones I'll use for corridores, my Raphael catfish, maybe some plecos. Might even give it to some of my ambiguous cichlids since they're more of an algae and vegetation eater. Then I got more extreme foods. This is the 1.5 millimeter. It's a slow sinking pellet. It's mostly for your cichlids and your bigger fish, like bigger goldfish, bigger barbs. You got rainbow fish. But I have African cichlids, and that's what I plan on using this for. It is the slow sinking. Again, this one's first ingredient is krill. Then I got the big fella pellets. These are 3 millimeter, I do believe, size. Yeah, they are 3 millimeter. And these are what I'm going to be using to feed the bigger cichlids that I have, which are like my Oscar, maybe my Pacu, largemouth bass, all those much bigger cichlids. And when the other fish like my green terror and Jack Dempsey grow up, they'll get to this size. I'll give you guys a close-up of each one of these later. And then I got the 1.5 semi-floating pellets, and this is going to be for the fish, again, like my African cichlids or South American cichlids, and these will benefit the fish that like to eat it off the surface. Now these next two things are what I'm most excited to try, because I've been using like tetra flakes, the tropical flakes and all that, and it's a cheaper flake than what these are, but they're filled with like preservatives and fillers, and they're not really that nutritious for your fish. But I wanted to try the krill flakes, which this is a flake food that has less fillers. It doesn't have a lot of preservatives. And its first ingredient is krill. And krill is a very high quality food you can feed your fish. It's good for boosting their collars, it's good for their overall health. It's just a quality ingredient to have in flakes or in any type of fish food. And then the spirulina flakes. Spirulina is a plant fiber that is high in protein, and this is a great food to feed your fish that are more on the herbivore side, meaning they're eating plant matter, they're eating lots of fiber, they're eating algae, and so forth. This is a good flake to give. And this will be mostly used for my imbuocichlids, but they're also going to be great to give your other fish to vary their diet, because you don't want to give fish just all protein and all meats without giving them a different variety in their flakes or in their fish food that allows them to have some algae and plant matter and everything. It's no different than us eating cheeseburgers all our life. It's nice to have a salad every once in a while. Alright guys, I'm going to give you guys a kind of a closer look at each individual food. I'll show you the front of the package so you can see it better, just in case the beginning footage didn't show exactly what it is. And then I'm going to give you guys the guaranteed analysis, like the protein percentage, how much fat and all that stuff is in it. Now these two are the exact same pellet. The only difference between these two are one's a slow sinking and the other one's kind of a semi-floating pellet. The slow sinking pellets are going to be the ones you'll drop in the water and that they'll slowly sink to the bottom. And these are good for fish that are slow to go towards food, but they like the food being from mid-water to the bottom. So these will reach your bottom dwellers, that fish like to eat off the bottom, and the fish that like to stay from mid-range of the water column down to the bottom. Now the other ones, the 1.5 millimeter semi-floating pellet, those will be beneficial to the fish that are top dwellers. They're meaning that they're taking up the top surface of the water down to the midsection, and that's for the fish that like to actively eat in those areas. Because a semi-floating pellet is going to float for a little while, or it'll just stay suspended in the mid-water section. Now, these both have the same exact ingredients. Both of them start with krill, and I'll show you guys the guaranteed analysis on these, if it'll focus. Alright, as you can see, there's crude protein is 38%, the minimum fat is 5%, the maximum amount of fiber is 6%, ash is at 11%, moisture is 12%, and phosphorus is at 0.9%. Sorry if I'm being a little shaky or whatnot, but the ingredient is krill meal, shrimp meal, squid meal, that's different, rice flour, rice bran, wheat starch, non-GM soy flour, algae meal dried, which is spirulina, dried distillers, dried yeast. And so there's also some vitamin B supplements, some phosphate, some calcium. But this is all just the ingredients. And both the 1.5 slow sinking and the 1.5 semi-floating are the same exact ingredients, same guaranteed analysis. These are both 20-ounce containers. Alright, these are the Extreme Aquatic Foods. These are the sinking wafers, which is a 14 millimeter fast sinking wafer. And these are going to be what you'll feed your bottom dwellers, which will be your corydoras, your catfish, your plecos, those fish that like to eat off the bottom. And this is what this is kind of more adjusted to. These are made for those type of fish. And the guaranteed analysis on this is 38% protein, 5% fat, 12% fiber, 12% ash, 12% moisture, and then again 0.9% phosphorus. And the ingredients in this is pea protein, fish meal, shrimp meal, grain distillers. There is dried kelp. There's algae meal dried, which again, that is your spirulina. And that's what this is. This is kind of more of a plant-based wafer. These are not, you feed these to your corridors and your catfish and your plecos, but they're not the only food that you feed them. Because those fish do need a variety diet also, so you also need to, you know, feed them frozen bloodworms, frozen brine shrimp, maybe throw them in some krill flakes or whatever you have. This will be a good basic, like their main nutrition, but don't forget to also give them a variety diet. Alright guys, this is the Extreme Aquatics Big Fella Pellets. This is the biggest pellets that they offer as far as what's for sale on Aquarium Co-op. And these are going to be for your bigger cichlids, your Jack Dempsey's, your green terror, your Oscar fish. You can even feed pacu, some bigger catfish. Basically any bigger fish that requires a 3mm pellet or bigger can eat these. And the guaranteed analysis on these are, focus, 38% protein, 5% fat, 6% ash, 6% fiber, 11% ash, 12% moisture, and 0.9% phosphorus. And this one, the beginning of its ingredients is krill. Again, that's a really high quality ingredient. Shrimp meal, squid meal, pea protein, and there is algae meal dried, which is again that spirulina. So there's a lot of good ingredients within these extreme foods. I've never used them, but I've always heard people saying good things about them, and I've been wanting to see them ever since I've seen them on Aquarium Co-op. And I'm going to do a review on these later after I give them a while to try and see if my fish like them and what they'll eat. Alright, this is the nano size pellets from Extreme Aquatic Food. These are for your nano fish and your fry. These are really small pellets. They are 0.5 millimeters. They're the smallest pellet you can get, and they're really high in protein. And this is what you'll feed your guppies and your baby fry of any species. Really, you got African cichlid fry, you can feed them these nano pellets. You got goldfish fry, you can feed them these nano pellets. You got tiny nano tetras like your neons, you can feed them these nano pellets. And the good thing is you don't need a lot of this food because it is really high in protein. As you can see right there, it's 52% for the protein, which that's really high. 11% fat, 2% fiber, 12% ash, and 12% moisture. The phosphorus on this is 1.4%. And again, the beginning ingredients in this is krill meal, fish meal, squid meal, and you got wheat flour, fish protein concentrate, fish oil, but there is no spirulina in this. And that's why, because like if you look at the fiber, it's 2%. It's lower than the other ones that had spirulina in it. But these pellets are tiny. It's kind of like almost like a powder. And what if you guys ever used Aquarium Co-op Easy Fry and Fish Food, it's basically as small as that stuff is. So I'm excited to use these for my baby fry that I have, which I'll be doing a video in the future on. I'll be uploading them real soon. I've had 2 sets of fry, one that was planned and one that wasn't. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. But that's the Extreme Aquatic Food Nano.
Now this is the Beta Pellets by Extreme Aquatics. This is a 1.5 semi-floating pellet, and these are pellets that are specifically designed and made to be fed to your beta fish. And its ingredients are krill meal, shrimp meal, squid meal, pea protein, has spirulina in it, and it has 38% protein, 5% fat, 6% fiber, 0.9% phosphorus, 12% moisture, and 11% ash. And these again are the 1.5 millimeter pellets, and they're semi-floating because if you notice, if you ever fed betas, they'll eat off the surface, but then they also like to chase that food as it falls down. And sometimes if they're not paying attention when you put the food in, that pellet slowly floating around in the water column will really get their attention. And this is a 2.5 ounce amount. I have 5 beta tanks that I have, which I haven't put on video yet, but I'm looking forward to trying these and see if they're better than the pellets I've been feeding them. Alright guys, this is one of the fish foods out of the group I got that I'm most excited for. This is the Krill flakes from Extreme Aquatic Food, and I was really interested in trying this because krill's really high quality food. It helps with coloration, and if you would buy krill by itself, it's usually pretty expensive. One of the fish stores that I have, if you bought a 10 or so ounce container of freeze-dried krill, it'll run you about $40, and this was $15 to $20, I can't remember, on Aquarium Co-op. Now this is %38 protein, 11% fat, 4% fiber, 1% phosphorus, 10% moisture, and 12% ash. And of course, it is krill flakes, so the first ingredient's going to be krill. Then it has fish meal, shrimp meal, spirulina. There's even paprika, and that's kind of where you get the color of it. And paprika is also another natural color boosting agent. But these pellets, these flakes, are a lot thicker than your standard pellet, your standard flakes. But I'm really excited to try these and the spirulina flakes, which is the ones I'll be showing you in just a minute. Alright guys, this is the last of the Extreme Aquatic Foods that I have. This is the spirulina flakes, which is a spirulina, which is in a blue-green algae. And these are flakes that's going to be used for your fish that mostly eat plant matter, eat seaweed, eat algae. And this will be really good if you have saltwater fish like the yellow tang or the blue and yellow tang, or if you have imbua cichlids that are mostly herbivores, which means they need more of a plant-based diet. And this is a really good stable food to feed them. And this will also be a good variety to give your fish that eat mostly meat, that you're feeding other things. It's good to give them a little bit of greens. And it being spirulina, again, spirulina is a plant material that is high in protein, and it has 42%. It has 11% fat, 4% fiber, 10% phosphorus, 10% moisture, and 1% ash. And it being spirulina, of course, the first ingredients will be spirulina. Then there's fish meal, shrimp meal, and I think there's also dried kelp also in it. And there's krill meal in this as well. So it's not 100% a plant-based food, but it is definitely a very staple food to be feeding your most herbivore and plant-based fish. Alright guys, that is all of the stuff that I bought from Aquarium Co-op in this shipment. And I want to do a shout out to Aquarium Co-op. Their service is really awesome. I ordered these items in the same day it was processed and shipped, and I received it in 2 days. The place that they shipped it through was saying I was supposed to get it on the 20th. I got it 2 days early. So I want to give a shout out to Aquarium Co-op for that. They're great. This is the stickers they give us. They also give you other stickers. You don't just get the same sticker every time. And it's a really good thing. Corey from Aquarium Co-op is doing a great job. His team's doing a great job. I just want to do a shout out to him. Love their stuff. The prices are great. And I'm excited to try this new food out. Hopefully it's as great as everyone says it is. And of course, guys, I'll let you know down the road. I'll be doing reviews on it. I'll be doing reviews on the other stuff I got from Aquarium Co-op. And if you guys like this content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you don't, hit thumbs down. If you want a fish feeding video, put down in the comments and let me know what you guys want to see next. Until then, stay safe, keep keeping fish, and stay fishy.